So, as we were just, or I think it's really helpful when, before beginning the 42-day japa or mantra session is to do a little preparation. Now, what does that really mean? I think it really has a different meaning for different people depending on where they're at. But for myself, I had spent some time trying to see the thoughts, trying to be aware of what's going on, and not. I mean, just that, trying to step back from the thoughts and get into the field of awareness. Just trying to do that a little bit, whichever way I could, however I could, and I found that over time you started to have some success. So that helped me a lot during the rougher times. I call them rougher times, the harder times when the mind wants to run off in some sort of a story because of some perceived slight or something somebody said that really had no meaning, but the ego takes that, wants to run off. And if we don't stop that and say, well, what is that? Question it and say, where is that from? Well, that's my method. I see that happening, and I feel that change in me, and I say, I stop and say, what is this? What wants this? What is the purpose for it? Does it make me feel better? I ask these questions to myself, and then it really does help you to not go off into that, I'll call it a tangent or a hypothetical situation. I don't know if everybody has my experiences. I'll create all these hypothetical situations. Well, I'll say, if this happened, well, this would have happened. What if this? What if that? Who knows? I mean, it could be 1,000 different things. But to just stop and ask those questions sincerely and honestly, not just put those questions out and say, okay, now I'm free. That's not how it works, at least not for me. It asks those questions and really stop and think and try to look inside. If I see the answer to those questions, I may not necessarily get the full answers, but what I have found, what it's done for me, is that it stopped that hypothetical situation. It stopped the anger or frustration or whatever it comes up out of it, and then I realize and I say, well, how important is it really? It's really not important, even if what you're thinking is true. So what? And those are hard things to release, to just let go. So having done some preparation before I got here along those lines helped me a lot, because I feel that it really clearly helped me to distinguish between what was going on. And if I feel certain if I hadn't done something like that, I would have never got through the 40-day things. There's always, not always, but there were many times there was something I didn't like for whatever reason, and so by doing that method, that helps stop that. That's one aspect. Another aspect was trying to work a little bit, taking care of some business with the heart, with love. I'm not going to go into it, but I had some love or anger, not hatred per se, but issues that keeps my heart veiled and wrapped, or keeps it locked in. I'm afraid to go out. So I actually went and faced a situation with that before I came here, to try to just come to forgiveness on that aspect. I may not have reached it fully, but I sure made some progress on it. And so I think if there is some issue or some problem where you can't, finding it difficult to forgive somebody or something for something, that to make a little bit of effort in that direction will go a long way while you're here. While you're doing it, I don't mean here. While you're doing the sadhana, I mean, if you could come to India and do that sadhana in an ashram, that would be the best situation. To be around Ma and to be around in the environment with the energy, and I mean, this is Ma's ashram, so there's a lot of stuff here, and it helps a lot. I think, well, I feel certain I wouldn't have got as much out of it if I had done it someplace else. And having somebody on a daily basis interact with, doing the sadhana, Kandabari was with me, and we interacted a lot, and that was tremendous for me as well, because I think there's something too. You're not alone doing it. You've got somebody, you got support. You have Ma support on the inside, and of course Ma is all pervading. Her energy is all pervading, so it's anywhere. It's not just here. Is it stronger here? I don't know. I want to say yes, but I don't know. So I think those are a couple of things that really helped me to prepare. So some sort of preparation before starting the sadhana, I think, helps a lot. Helped me.